This blog post is the third in a series on Brookgreen Gardens with photos taken in June 2020. I've posted on Brookgreen Gardens a number of times, but usually I crop the photos to show just the sculptures. However, one of the marvelous features of Brookgreen is that many of the sculptures have a small garden or another area that's specifically designed to set them off. In this series of posts with photos taken in early June when the gardens were full of flowers, I'm trying to give you a sense of those gorgeous settings. This piece is called Youth Taming the Wild, and it was created around 1933 by Anna Hyatt Huntington. At the lower left is a little piece of the wild that the youth apparently didn't tame, an actual alligator. This is the Barberini candelabrum, created in 1900 by Furio and Horatio Piccirilli for their father. The four panels represent Zeus, Athena, Aphrodite, and Ares. The Piccirillis, a father and 6 sons, came from the Carrara region in Italy to New York City in 1888. They were expert stone carvers, and many sculptors gave the Piccirillis their models and had the Piccirillis do the actual carving of marble. Among the works done in this manner was Daniel Chester French's Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C. Attilio Piccirilli was a sculptor in his own right, and if you've followed my works, you probably know his Fireman's Memorial and Main Monument in New York City. Next up, Heron, Grouse, and Loon, created in 1992 by Elliot Offner. The original is in downtown Minneapolis. This one is called Diving Eagle, as it appears in Brookgreen, dates to 1963. Albino Manca created this work as the centerpiece of the East Coast Memorial in New York's Battery Park, where it was dedicated by President John F. Kennedy on May 23, 1963. The memorial honors the 4,601 American servicemen who lost their lives in the Atlantic while engaged in combat during World War II. The eagle in the memorial is twice the size of the one at Brookgreen, and size really does matter in this case. There is a similar monument in San Francisco honoring servicemen who were lost in the Pacific. I'm giving you also a few just general views of Brookgreen without the sculpture. This one has the boat, which is used for the low country tours at Brookgreen. It takes you away from the area where the sculptures are, so I've never made it yet. These two are much closer in, and over here, these little white things over there, they are part of the Southern Light installation by Bruce Munro, which is, I don't know, hundreds or thousands of lights that light up after dark. I'm told it's quite pretty, but we weren't there after dark, so I don't know. Next up, Reclining Woman with Gazelle, 1937, by Walter Rotan. This is inside the Poetry Garden, which is a walled garden with occasional plaques that have poetry engraved on them. I'll show you one in a minute. This one is Pomona, 1929, by Joseph Emile Renier, who was a native of Union Hills, New Jersey. You can relax and enjoy the beauty of the Poetry Garden in seats around the edges of it, and you can read Lewis Carroll's poem about the crocodile as you do it, if you take these 2 seats. This is Janet Scudder's Seated Fawn from 1924. Scudder studied with Frederick MacMonnies in Paris, and like him created many charming images of children for outdoor garden sculptures. Among Scudder's work is one of my favorite Brookgreen Garden sculptures, Frog Baby. I've given you a link in the blog post to a picture of the Metropolitan Museum's cast of Frog Baby. And the final one we'll look at today is Nymph from 1932. This is another Art Deco wonder. This one by Paul Fjelde, 1892 to 1984, who was a native of Minneapolis. The Brookgreen Gardens URL is on the screen at the lower right, and if you go to my website, dianedurantewriter.com, you can find many other posts on Brookgreen by clicking Brookgreen Gardens in the tag cloud at the lower right. dianedurantewriter.com has hundreds of posts on sculpture, painting, and my many other obsessions. To join the free Sunday Recommendations email list, visit the URL that's on the screen or email me. And you can say, "Well done, Diane," or support my work and receive rewards by means of the tip jar on dianedurantewriter.com. Thanks as always for listening.